Yo, what's good, everybody? How you guys doing today? This is another episode of the Loaded podcast with me as your host, Coach Dante, and got my co-host. Happy to be here with him today after the All Star break. We baseball is back. My boy, Brutally Honest Sports, aka Aaron. How you doing today, brother?
I can't complain, man. We took a little break, but we're back at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we back at it. We had the home run derby, the All Star game, which is the NL 2-1. With the home run derby, we thought A-Rod was gonna do it again. He had 41 in that first round. It just looked like he was on the cruise control after that. We had Guerrero. I believe he was our guy that won the home run derby. He's starting to get a little tired. You saw a little fatigue in his swing of the bat. But did it any changes go on? What did you like? Give me something that you liked about the home run derby.
I like. I mean, I can't lie, man. Adley Rutschman he did his thing.
Yeah,
Like, I thought he was gonna beat Luis Robert, to be honest with you. But I mean, Robert just did enough, and I mean, he was killing it too. Like, I was kind of surprised that Mookie Betts didn't do so great. Honestly, I mean, I think he hit like 11. But I go back and forth, man. Like, I don't know if I like the time or I like when it was the out system. What do you think about that?
Oh, you talking about during the home run derby?
Yeah, like how it's time, like it's all about time now instead of like.
Yeah.
What do you
It's
think
all
about that? You like that?
not really, but I like the way they improvise. When you hit a 400-foot home run, they give you some extra time on that one. I like the way they managed that one. Otherwise, I just thought the home run derby was pretty good. I think it was pretty solid. Guerrero got tired, but he ended up pulling it out. So Rutschman put on a hell of a show in that first round. So the A-Rod, Rodriguez with the 41 home runs. Randy Rosarena showed his power, showed his pop in the back, but overall, pretty exciting. So, what did you think about the All-Star game? Or you think something needs to be changed as far as the All-Star game? You think it needs to be a little meaning in the All-Star game? Now, remind you, if you don't know, back then, if you won the All-Star game, you get home field advantage no matter what team, if it's the AL side or the NL side won the All-Star game, you get home field advantage. How do you feel about it this time? Do you feel like it needs to be a stipulation, or do you like it the way it is?
I kind of see it was weird though. It's like should the World Series have anything to do with the All-Star game? I don't know. That's kind of like it feels like it's not related, But I don't. Maybe they should do something else as far as like make it meaningful. I thought the game was good. I was surprised it was low scoring. If I would have thought, hey, is it going to be low or high scoring? I would have thought high scoring. And out there in Seattle, it seems like the ball like travels out there and that type of thing. But no, I don't really know how you change it, so I can't really say like they should. But it was a good game. I always liked the All-Star game. I don't know about the jerseys.
Yeah.
Like I think they did that last year where they went to the like the National League had their own jersey and the American League. Like
Yeah.
I kind of like when
I like
everybody
that one. Yeah. You're right about that one.
like the old way, whereas like
Yeah.
if you're the Astros, you wear the Astros jersey.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Mets, you wear the Mets jersey. Like I feel like that's how it should be, but I don't. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yep. Yep. Got you. Got you. So yeah, baseball is back. Baseball is back. You got your Oreos, hoping you didn't come out here depressed. It looked like that's the way it was going to go if y'all wouldn't have won the last two games of the Yankee series, because it looked like that was the way it was going. But you come out here, you did end up beating the Marlins, losing to the Marlins. You won 3 out of 2 versus the Marlins. Won 2 out of 3 versus the Marlins. You come off a loss against the Marlins in the All-Star break, but you come back. You lost the first 2 games to the Dodgers, and now as a score right now holds up, you'll lead it 8-0. You'll lead it 8-3. So tell me about the Orioles weekend so far against the Dodgers.
Yeah, man, I've been struggling against this team. I mean, Tyler Wells, like pretty much the ace of the Orioles this year.
Mm-hmm.
He got absolutely just shit kicked out of him yesterday. A bull he got blasted in every way, which way you could possibly get blasted yesterday. So I didn't see that one coming. I mean, everybody's gonna have a bad game, but I mean, shit, the guy couldn't even. He gave us 2 innings. Like when your starter gives you 2 innings, you're in trouble. And then the day before, they had Grayson Rodriguez come back up from AAA. I mean, he did all right, but he did give up the 4 runs in the grand slam.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. Dodgers are a good team. You're not going to win every series. Hopefully the Orioles are now winning 8-5. Something just happened. It was 7-5, but if they can just get this last game, I mean, it is what it is. You lost the series already, so they beat the Marlins and they killed the Twins, who've given them problems every year pretty much, and even earlier this year. They swept the Twins, and they beat the crap out of them. So, overall it's been good. This Dodgers series has been tough, but that's gonna happen.
Yep. And speaking of your other squad, you got the Philadelphia Phillies is the opposite coming into this week. I think you swept the Padres. You swept the Padres. I remember y'all had a doubleheader. You guys won that doubleheader. You come in, you play Milwaukee, you win 4-3 last night. What's been going on with your Phillies, man? Why your Phillies are so good right now?
Yeah, I mean, you got the good Aaron Nola last night, man. He had 7 innings. I think he gave up 2 runs, not many hits. I mean, he just had command of the strike zone, and they let him work into the 8th inning. And he had a rough 5th inning, but there was some defense that led to those problems. But, yeah, man, Philly's been hitting. Schwarber been hitting in every single game. As far as I think he hit 4 straight home runs, or 4 games with home runs. Hit a leadoff home run last night. Castellanos continues to hit the ball good, and Bryson Stott is really becoming a 300 hitter. Like, he's a 300 hitter all year long. It's crazy he didn't make the All-Star team, in my opinion, but yeah, I mean, Phillies are red hot. They're pitching good. They're hitting really, hitting's been good. Almost kind of coughed that game up last night a little bit because it got the 4-3, but they did just enough, and Kimbrel was money in the 9th inning.
Yep, yes, indeed. As we just coming off a series versus the Los Angeles Angels, then we decide to drop a game in Colorado last night. The bat stopped working, but right now we got injury after injury. It's just like we falling apart with these injuries. You're unexpected to come back. Our pitching staff is kind of nicked up. I hurry up and need them back. Need that pitching staff back. Rama Valdez is set the throw at AAA to get something going back, and Jordan to set the bat tonight in AAA. I got Urquidy coming back, but I need one more goddamn pitcher. I'm really tired. I thought Hunter Brown was gonna be fine this year. He's struggling. We scored 3 runs in the first inning. He decided to give him back. I need Dusty Baker to quit throwing out Rafael Montero. I'm tired of him going out there every single time. And I think that's what's wrong with our rotation right there. The lack of trustability in Rafael Montero. I think that's what hurting the rest of our bullpen. Again, we got Maton, who's been flawless this year. Hector Neris has been awesome. Brian Abreu. Them the only three relievers, and Brian Presley the only three relievers I can actually trust. But other than that, Rafael Montero needs to be in jail for stealing, for theft. He needs to be in jail for that, and it's just a shame that he's not. His battery is not working no more. But to be 9 games over 500 with all these injuries, I mean, it's amazing. To still be in the third wild card spot, it's amazing. Even though Boston, thank God, Boston lost last night. They right there on our heels. The Yankees are gonna be the Yankees. They struggling. They're struggling right now, but that's good. We got teams struggling, but I can't wait till the trade deadline to get another pitcher. Maybe we do need another bat. I want to trade Jake Myers' ass so bad. I'm tired of him too being at center field. I do want to trade him so bad, but as of right now, I'm not concerned. I think we're going to be fine, but there's some concern about that pitching style. There's concern about that, and the injuries are really concerning me as well. Just seems like this is an injury-riddled team for my Astros this year. It's just injury-riddled. The baseball guys trying to get another world champion. They trying to get another world champion on me, Aaron. They trying to get out that AL championship right there.
What about McCormick, man? I heard he could be traded at the trading deadline.
It's rumors about that, but I swear to God, if Dusty Baker, if they trade Chas McCormick, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind if that happens. You can't tell me you're gonna trade him and keep Jake Myers. That would be the first time y'all will see Coach Dante lose his mind if Chas McCormick is gone by this All-Star break. That dude should be taking 95% of the center field. We already have to deal with Jose Siri going to the Rays and putting on the show over there. We got to deal with that. But having Jake Myers start at center field would be tragic. But Mauricio Dubon can play all over the place. That's why I like Mauricio Dubon. He's been really good. I pray to God they don't trade Chas McCormick. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind if we give him up. So we do got a question right here. What you think? Do you think they move from Othanti, or do you think he lasts a whole this year, or just walking free agents?
Man, I've gone back and forth in some of the shows I've been doing, and I've been saying no because I think the Angels are just a stupid franchise, to be honest with you. I mean, they should, right? Like, I don't think he's going to re-sign there, and then, like, if you just let him walk in the offseason, you get nothing for a guy that you could have got like 4 or 5 players for. You could have got, probably grade A prospects, that type. I mean, he's going to command a lot. It's just whoever trades for him, it's like it's one of those things where, like, is he going to re-sign wherever he gets traded to at the deadline? Will he get re-signed to the team in the offseason? I don't know. Like, if it's the Mets, I wouldn't re-sign there. But it's like, what do you think, man? Like, does he actually get dealt, or like do the Angels just hold on to him, try and re-sign him in the offseason? I just don't see it happening, though. Like, I don't see him coming back.
If I'm the Angels, I'll be looking firm in trading him and getting some assets back from him. The worst thing you want to do is to let him leave in free agency. Like, but this comes on the Angels as well. All the money that they spent dealing with Albert Pujols, who was still good when they got him, but he declined year by year. Getting Rondon, who failed to play, who couldn't stay on the field. Investing in batting more than investing pitching. They literally are not a good pitching team. The only time they can pitch is with Shohei Ohtani that's out there on the mound. That's the only time they'll be able to pitch. And the Astros are 3-0 against him. I'm surprised. We're 3-0 against him. I'm really actually surprised. But they got absolutely no pitching staff. They're not good at pitching. And then Mike Trout. I mean, how do you have 2 of the best players literally in baseball, and you can't even make a playoff game with them? You can't even sniff a wild card spot with them. To be honest, man, like my boy Mo said the other day, hey, that GM would have to be mad at me. I'm not letting Shohei Ohtani, something that you can get a king's ransom, a U-Haul for, walk in free agency. It's going to be some teams that are going to be calling you, especially playoff contending teams. There's going to be some teams that's going to be calling for his services. They will give up the farm in a New York minute. Any playoff team or any team in general will give up the farm system for a guy named Shohei Ohtani. The way that guy hitting right now, hey, I'll tell you he's getting the Barry Bonds syndrome, man. He's getting the Barry Bonds syndrome. He's getting to the point, hey, you can't pitch to him. No matter what the ball is located at, it always seems like he's hitting the bat. He's hitting it. I mean, I'm glad we got up out of that series versus the Angels. I really did, because this dude, every pitch that's thrown, he's hitting it out the park. The The Yankees the other night, they were down 3-1, and you know what he did? He decided to go to center over the center field fence. Now it was an argument that Aaron Boone said they didn't consider. He said they didn't, and they didn't even consider walking. Mike Trout, walking him, Otani. How the hell you don't consider walking the guy? How the hell you don't? I understand you don't want the time, you don't want the winning run on. I understand, but goddamn, is Taylor Ward is Shohei Otani at this point? Is Taylor Ward is that guy at this point? But other than that, hey, that organization would have the fan base. They would get if he leaves, they mad at you anyway. If he leaves, they upset at you anyway. If he leaves anyway. So other than that, I don't think the Angels actually showed that Otani and Trout that they're committed to winning by the moves that they're making. And right now, they're not in the. He a Boston Red Sox fan, so he liked it that one. And yeah, man, they on the verge. Hey, they on the verge. Jordan them on the verge of getting swept, man. They on the verge of getting swept, Kyle. So yeah, they're on the verge of that right at this point right now. But yeah, man, I think I would be looking forward to it if I'm the Angels. I would be considering letting them trade in him and getting U-Haul from him. I will be doing that. I'll be considering it though.
Well, what Mike Trout doesn't, he has like a no trade clause in his contract, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I would have. I'm sorry. I know Mike Trout's great and everything, but if you traded both those guys, like you could have. I mean, if he has that no trade clause, you can't whatever. But it's like, damn, man. Like the Angels have, like, I trade him for a haul, right? Like, I mean, like the Angels, it's like, do you want to be competitive or do you just want to have two good players and like sell some tickets because you have two good players? Like, I don't think they're really trying to win and I don't really I don't understand it. Like they shoot themselves in the foot year in and year out, and they never do anything really. They don't do anything.
Yeah, man, and another team we got struggling right now, the Tampa Bay Rays. Man, they got out to a hot start. They're struggling. They're 3-7 in their last game, in their last 10 ball games. Any blueprint on the Rays? Why they're struggling? So why you think what's going on with the Rays?
Yeah, right. Like everybody thought this team was like destined to be one of the best all-time regular season. That this and that. I mean, they're just not swinging the ball all that good. I mean, they lost. They did beat the. I mean, everybody's beating the Royals, but like other than that, man, they lose 2 out of 3 of the a good Braves team. Then they obviously they win that Royals series. Now they're on to the Rangers. In the last 2 games, they scored 5 runs total. Like they don't have a ton of other than a Rosarena, they're not that great. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like they've been close to 500 since that crazy start. If you look at like the numbers, they haven't been that great, since that 13-0 start. So Phillies went down there and swept them. They only scored a total of 6 runs in that whole series. Like they can pitch most of the time. They can still pitch, but if you're not scoring runs, like you can't really you can't pitch yourself out of every single game, every single series.
Yep, definitely about that. It's something making me question versus the Tampa Bay Rays. I can question if they can beat any type of good teams. Now you do like when they played my Astros, we beat them in the series. We didn't score a run until the first game. Play the Phillies, They get beat by the Phillies. They played the Atlanta. They played Atlanta Braves. Oh, they lost against the Braves. They lost. So is it fair to question when you're going up against somebody that's actually good instead of going up against the Royals, the NL, anybody going up against the AL Central? Anybody, you beat anybody in the AL Central, the way that division is, the way that's why we laugh every time we get to that, we break down that division because it's just sad how the division is. You should be able to beat the Cardinals. Them teams that you should be able to beat at this point. Is it far-fetched? Is it far-fetched to say that are you going to hold off a little bit that the Rays have a little bit fraudulent in them a little bit?
100%. I think 100%. Like I think you got to look at that because then you go back, prior to the Phillies series where they got swept. I mean, this is before July 4th at this point, but I mean they lose 2 out of 3 to a Mariners team that's not that good.
Yep.
Then they lose 2 out of 3 to a Diamondbacks team who is pretty good this year. I can't lie, but you you lose that series, then you come back and you win a series you drop a series against the Royals before that. Then the Orioles take they split a 2-game series, so it was just 1-1. You look before that, they lose they get sweat. No, they lose 2 out of 3 to the Padres. Like, it really begs the question, like, hey man, are they as good as what people think they are? Like, that hot start really put them, being 13-0, it like gives you some space. I don't care what division you're in, but ever since then, man, it's not, you're not winning a lot of series, and you're
Yep.
definitely not winning a lot of series against good teams. So I think you're 100% right. Like, I think they are fraudulent, and they're gonna have to prove that they're not. But so I kind of hope they don't prove that. But
All right, so this is a little bit of a question right here. If Otani lands in the NL, does he still win the MVP? And then who will be and who you think, who is your front runner in the AL? That's if it's somehow, some way, the Angels does decide to go ahead and make the move. Who's the front runner in the AL in your opinion? And does he still win it because the switch over to the NL?
I mean, I think if he goes to the end, I think he still has a good shot regardless, because he's a two-way player. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. The vision. I mean, yeah. I mean, even like I said to Kyle the other day, I was like, man, I wouldn't count the Red Sox out as much as I want to. You can't. So, like, yeah, I don't know, man. He's a two-way. He's leading the league in home runs. I think he's leading the league in RBI. I could be wrong with that, but it's like the guy's an ace of a pitcher. He's too good on, like, first of all, there's nobody else that's doing that. So I don't, like, even if Aaron Judge was on historic pace again, I'd be like, look, man, Aaron Judge doesn't pitch. Like, we talk about that all the time. Otani's a pitcher, and he's an ace of a pitcher. So I don't care if he's in the AL, NL, he's in the freaking the minor, the single A in Canada. I don't care. He's an MVP candidate, man. Like, that guy, he's too good. He's too damn good. Like, you know what I mean? He's too good at pitching, and he's too good at hitting.
Got you. So first of all, we brought up the White Sox. Kyle brought up the Red Sox. They're hot right now. Outside of the loss last night to the Oakland A's, that happens, but they're beating the Oakland A's as of right now 2-0. But you look at prior, they won 2 out of 3 versus Texas before the All-Star break. They did end up beating the Oakland A's. They end up sweeping, I believe, the Oakland A's in the 3-game series in Boston. They end up winning 2 out of 3 versus the Chicago Cubs. The other night they won 7-0, and last night they lost currently 3-0, and now they are 2-0. What's going on with Boston, man? They making everything so difficult. They are one of the hottest teams in baseball. What got your eyes on Boston, man?
I mean, their offense has been good all year, I would say, honestly. And every time I don't watch them too much, but every time I see, every time I flip them on, I mean, they put up monster numbers. Like, they'll put up an 8 spot, a 10 spot, 7 spot all the time. Pitching's been better lately too. I mean, honestly, that's kind of been some of their problems early on. I mean, James Paxton's been better. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of guys, especially the bullpen too. Like, the bullpen's been better. So it's no doubt that they can score runs. It's like, can they pitch? And right now they're doing both. So Trevor Story. Yeah, man. I actually forgot about Trevor Story. I feel like the Red Sox fans did too, because, I mean, shit, he hadn't been on the field. But no, I think Justin Turner was a good signing. I mean, I don't really like that guy at all, to be honest with you, but but he can hit the ball good. Yeah, man. Like, and obviously, Vasquez. Like, they got guys. Like, that's the thing. Yep. It's just, can they put it all together? I still think they can make the playoffs. I think it's possible.
Definitely possible. So we had a game last night, a 16-13 ball game. We had a football score last night between the Atlanta Braves and the Diamondbacks, which is the Diamondbacks did end up pulling off that game last night, 16-13. You normally don't see 16 runs given up by the Atlanta Braves, but it happened to happen last night. And you normally don't see 16 runs given up by the Arizona Diamondbacks pitching staff last night. So this was a solid game last night. So Arizona scored two, scored two in the first inning. The Atlanta Braves came back with five of their own. Man, that Atlanta Braves team is goddamn good. They goddamn good. They too good. You got Arizona comes back in the second inning with five runs. You finally had a scoreless inning for both teams in the third, and then Atlanta comes back with four in the fourth inning. You got the Diamondbacks comes back to one on their own in the fourth. Diamondbacks goes scoreless in the fifth, and and you have the Atlanta Braves score two in the fifth. Now the second blank inning you have in the eighth, you have the seventh inning. So Diamondbacks come back with one on their own in the eighth inning, and all of a sudden the ninth inning you have Arizona scoring three, and results into a 16-13 win. What you thought about that game last night? We had a record-breaking game, man. Christian Walker had two home runs, and also I believe you had Austin Riley had two home runs last night.
Yeah, man. I'll be straight up with you. It pissed me the fuck off, honestly, because I put some money down on the Braves, and I put some money on the Rangers and the Braves to win, and the Rangers won, and then the Braves blew that game. So, hey, truth be told, though, that was a good game. Like that, I mean, I love games like that where it's just home run, home run, home run. You know, RBI double, all that. I'm cool with that. It's just I wish the Braves would have won last night because, like I said, I picked them. They had the pitching advantage going in. I mean, Davies has been horrible, and he gave up 9 runs last night for the Diamondbacks. Mm-hmm. But I did not expect Bryce Edler to get lit up like he did. I mean, he gave up 5 runs. He didn't even get out of the third inning. So
you ain't lying about that. That was a hell of a game, man. The Braves, man, the Braves are so goddamn good, man. You talking about someone that used to scare me as an Astro fan, Matt Olson. That dude, every time that dude played, when he played for Oakland, every time that dude came up the bat, he used to scare me all the time because it seemed like he always seems to hit when he plays the Houston Astros. But other than that, that Braves team locked and loaded. So you would say they're the clear-cut best team in baseball, not only in baseball, in the NL. And who do you think have the best opportunity to beat the Atlanta Braves in the NL?
Damn, man, that's tough. I mean, Phillies are playing so good right now. I can't lie. I can't dismiss that. That's what I mean. As far as like who else, it's like, I mean, look at the NL Central. I think I see the Phillies play the Brewers yesterday. They're not a bad team, but they can't really score runs. I think they're like 25th in runs. They're not that good. So I don't think anybody from that division can really play the Braves stuff. Like even the Reds, I said, man, remember I told you the Reds were going to slip off a little bit. Look,
you did. You said it. You said it.
They're 3-7. All of a sudden, they'll get back. They'll get back maybe in a year or two, but they're not ready yet. And then, I mean, I could see the Dodgers. The Dodgers are a damn good baseball team, and they've had that injury bug too. Like just like your Astros there. Like the Dodgers bullpen has been hurt all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So I say the Dodgers. I mean, like the Phillies. I still think Phillies have a shot. That lineup is loaded. It's just, can they pitch good enough? I don't know. That's going to be the problem. I feel like the Dodgers, I do have some more trust in their pitching. So, and Dodgers are on a tear right now, 8-2 in the last 10. You see the Diamondbacks have fallen back till third. Like it's like, damn, all of a sudden, like things are changing pretty quick. So I say Dodgers with the Braves.
So if you had to convince for both of your Orioles and Phillies, if you had to convince they need at the trade deadline, do they need to buy or sell some pieces, or especially do they need to buy or sell in your opinion?
Yeah, both teams got to buy, man, because I mean, Orioles could still win the AL East. I'm not saying it's likely or unlikely. Like it's just like a flip of the coin, honestly, because I mean, if Tampa continues to play like this, the Orioles just got to play a little bit better, and they could. But you know, Toronto's not that far off. You know, Boston's not that far off. So I still think Orioles need some pitching. They need, I would say, a bench bat. can't hurt you because you can never have too many guys coming off the bench swinging the bat. But definitely some pitching. Like the bullpen is concerning. I said that before. Say it again. Bullpen's concerning for the Orioles, and the starting rotation. I still think you need another arm or two in there. So yeah, man. And the Phillies, same thing. I think you need at least a starting rotation piece or like a long reliever, and and a bat too. I mean, Josh Harrison isn't that good, man. Like Phillies rolling, which I mean they've rolled out a bunch of different people for bench players, but Josh Harrison obviously he's probably not going to get sent down, but he can play a bunch of positions. But man, get a guy that can swing the bat a little bit better, I'd say.
All right, so I got a little segment that we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go through each and every team, and you tell me if do you think they buy or do you think they will sell. So I'm gonna start with the NL division first. We gonna go with the Brewers. Do you think they some buy or do you think they sell?
I think they'll sell a little bit. Their owner's cheap, man. Like they could be a lot better if their owner cared. Like they're close to being good, but I still think they win the division, but they're gonna sell a little bit.
All right, gotcha on that one. So we don't go with the Cincinnati Reds. Do they buy or they sell or do they keep it the same?
I think they keep it the same. I don't think they're gonna do much yet, to be honest.
Okay. All right, gotcha. All right, so for the Chicago Cubs, they buy or they sell?
I think they sell, man.
Okay.
They got a big payroll. They got a lot of pieces. They could sell off and try and get some pitching and get some help there.
All right. St. Louis, do they buy or do they sell?
They got to sell, man.
There you go, yeah.
They never sell, but they got to sell this year because, damn, I mean, they suck. They're not very good, and they're never not very good. So they got to figure this out quick.
Do you think they sell Goldie this year? Do you think it's a good chance they sell Paul Goldschmidt?
I think either him or Arenado go. One of the two, I think, is going to go, and they're going to get a lot for either one of them. I think it's worth because you're not a good team right now. You gotta start stockpiling the whole squad and just get rid of one of them older players, even though they're both good. Don't get me wrong.
Gotcha. So the last but not least, the Pirates. Do they buy, sell, or keep it the same?
I'll be shocked if they do. If they buy, I'll be shocked. If they don't sell, I hope McCutchen doesn't get traded because I feel like he should just retire a Pirate. But
okay,
I don't know, man. Like the Pirates owner doesn't care about that team either, so it's like they might just keep it the same. They might sell a piece or two, but I feel bad for them, man. I feel bad for their fans. They start out so good again.
Yeah, they did.
And they're nothing again.
So I'm gonna just go with the next two teams. We're gonna assume the Braves will stay the same, right? We're gonna, unless they get a bullpen piece outside of that, we're gonna assume they stay the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you just talked about your Phillies. Do you think they buy or sell someone?
I think they'll buy because they got an aggressive general manager, and I think they need a little bit of pitching help. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they get one bat in the and really they've been rumored to go get Goldschmidt or Arenado, which I'll be like, holy shit, man, how many more bats you need? It's like the all-star team.
Yeah,
that roster is stockpiled, man, stockpile.
You said, it was Kyle crazy. Notoriety Sports Network, what's good, y'all? Hold on, try to go to Kyle. Covet. All right, so hey, Key, y'all in second place. The Phillies in second place. Key, how about the Marlins? The Miami Marlins, they've been struggling. They lost the series, I believe, to the Orioles, right? They did lose the series.
They got swept. Yeah, they got swept.
Okay. All right, so how about them? Do they buy or sell? What do you think?
I think they got it. They should buy. I don't think they're going to do much, though, honestly. I just don't have faith in them doing a whole lot. They should buy. I don't think they'll do much, though.
All right, so we get to the Mets. Is it they probably spent the most money this year? But is it some reason do they sell? Do they buy or sell?
I think they do a little bit of both, man. I think they might be the biggest player in the trade deadline. Like I think they should be because they underachieved heavily on what they thought they would do, and like Scherzer, Verlander, both old. I say get rid of one of them. I'd probably go get rid of Scherzer because he's already said he doesn't want to be there. And like from what you hear, get rid of him, get some return for that, and yeah, man, like we'll see. I think they go. I mean, I think they're gonna try and get Otani. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I still think the Mets are gonna be like they're waiting to be aggressive.
Gotcha. Notoriety Sports said my Cubs need to trade Stroman for the future. I think it's a good chance, man. I think don't be surprised. Him and Cody Bellinger might be for sale. They may be for sale. Him and Cody Bellinger may be for sale. It's coming. My main man, Freddie. What's up, Freddie? Freddie Blasphemous. What's good, Freddie? What's good, man? How you doing? Washington. Do they keep it the same or do they sell pieces?
I think you got to sell. I mean, they're a bad team. It's going to be a few years before they get good again. I think just sell some old guys. Keep that team's really young overall, so I still think they might have a bright future depending on how it pans out. But yeah, man, sell what's not really doing anything for like a Dominic Smith. Get rid of his ass. Like be done with him. And yeah, man, like I don't know. Nationals are back to being the basement dwellers again in the NL East.
Got you. So we go to the NL West. Do the Dodgers keep it the same or do they buy?
I think they'll buy maybe a bat, maybe a pitching. Like they won't do a ton, but I think they'll go out and do some, one or two little moves.
Got you. Giants. They are 13 games over 500. They are 1 game back in the loss column. They are 2 games back in the loss column. 1 game back from the win column. Do they buy or sell just to try to keep afloat with the Dodgers?
I think they're going to buy too, honestly. I think they're going to try and compete. It's been like last year was a really bad year for them, so they're trying to keep pace. They know the Dodgers are good like every year, so it's like you got to try to go out and buy and try and stay competitive.
All right, so we got the Arizona Diamondbacks who are 1 game literally behind the San Francisco Giants. Do they buy or sell or keep the same?
Yeah, I think they're gonna stay the same. They're young. I don't think they expected to be here. I don't think they have an owner that wants to go out and make a ton of moves either. So I think they'll keep it the same and try and limp into the playoffs. Hopefully, I mean, I still think they get into the playoffs, but hopefully they find a way to because they've had a good year so far.
Well, we got the most probably disappointing team in all of probably baseball, the San Diego Padres. Do they buy or sell?
Knowing them, man, they're probably going to go out and buy. Like, doesn't make sense to me. I would sell off, but what's this guy? Is there any? Yeah, right. Yeah. Maybe they'll go get Goldschmidt or something like and just shock the world. Like, and Goldschmidt will play first. Then you got Machado. Like the infield would be. I mean, you got Xander Bogaerts. It's like, good God, man, how are you guys not winning games? But they need to get pitching help, and I don't know if they will or not. But yeah, Padres they should sell off, but they're not. I don't think they will. I don't feel like that's going to happen.
So we got the basement. We got the bottom of the basement. The Colorado Rockies. Do they sell off some pieces, some older pieces, or do they stay the same?
They probably stay the damn same, man. It's like I don't know what they're trying to do over there. They don't have it figured out. That's all I know.
Okay, gotcha. So we on the AL part of things. How about the Rays? They've been struggling. Do you somehow see your Orioles are not too far behind them? They're not too far behind them either. They're like 3 games in the win column and 1 game out in the loss column. So it's still a shot, very much a shot that they can catch them and win the division the way the Rays are struggling. But do the Rays buy or sell? Do you think they buy or sell or keep it the same?
I think they'll get some guy off waivers or something, and because that's what they usually do with the bullpen. They'll find some guys out of nowhere. I don't think they're going to make like a huge splash, but they probably make a move or 2 here and there, get some guy that you never heard of, and he does well for them because that's just what they do.
Now you just talked about your Orioles. Are your Orioles buying or selling?
They need to buy, man. They need to buy. It's. They need to try out, go out and buy. Winning, yeah, right now. Hopefully they do win today, right?
Yep.
But yeah, man, they got to buy. This is a year like they don't have a lot of successful years, especially in the last couple decades. So you got to seize the moment, man. You got to go out and get that big arm. You got to go out and get like a Dylan Cease or something like that from the White Sox and get another bat. Like, why not? But you got to go get pitching. Like, if you're the Orioles, you can't sit there and just let everybody pass you by this time.
Yeah, y'all heard the man Orioles. Y'all heard Aaron say. He said y'all go buy something out there. Keep stay up y'all go buy it. The Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays are 53-42. We'll come back to them in a minute. But are they buying or are they selling? Do you think, or staying the same?
I think they'll buy too because that's what they do. They're kind of like the Padres, man. They go out and break the bank, and they don't really. They're kind of turning it around, but they haven't had the season they thought they would, and that's another lineup, man. Top to bottom, it's one of the best in baseball. Really, if you look at on paper, if you look at that lineup, it's scary to go up against. But yeah, they're not producing. They're not winning enough games, so I think they go out and buy and try and make something of the season.
Boston Red Sox. Buying or selling?
I think they might do a little both. Honestly, I think they might. Okay. They might buy. They might sell. I think they should buy a little bit because, like I said, I mean, Toronto and Boston are right in this wild card chase with your Astros, man. Yeah. It's really who's going to play better down the stretch. So why not go out and get an arm? Why not go out and get a bat?
Yep. Kyle said he agree with you. They need to buy, get a pitcher. He agree with you. Hey, Kyle, tell Jordan his Yankees in the basement in the NL American League East. Tell him his Yankees are in the basement. Do the Yankees buy or sell or stay the same?
I think you're gonna see them buy at least a piece or two. I don't think they're gonna not do anything because like the fans might burn the stadium down at that point. But it's I don't know, man. I think you might see the Yankees sell off. I think you might see the Yankees sell some. Like, I don't know who maybe Gleyber Torres, maybe I mean nobody's taking Josh Donaldson's contract unless they eat it. You got I don't know, maybe Rizzo. Bader too. I mean, Bader could be a trade piece. Trevino, like it could be anybody and everybody. I don't know. I think they will trade a couple people, maybe IKF. I don't know what his trade value is, but yeah, buy, sell, a little bit of both.
Hey, the one that can hit over 225 is out right now. That's the one. That's the one that can hit over 225 is Aaron Judge. The only one that can hit over 225 at the moment. Ooh, and we got this division, our favorite division. Me and Aaron's favorite division right here. We got the Minnesota Twins. Got 2 games. Our favorite division right here, man. It's our favorite division right here. The Minnesota Twins, are they buying or are they selling?
I feel like nobody in this division. Maybe I think Cleveland might buy. I don't think Minnesota's doing anything, man.
Okay.
They don't. I don't know. It's just crapshoot, man. Crapshoot.
All right. So the Detroit Tigers, do they buy or sell?
They might sell off. They always talk about they're going to sell off and then they don't, but I think they will this year. Sell off a piece or two, a pitcher.
Woo! So we got our main team. It's safe to say, these guys are going to. Do they White Sox? Is it obvious they're buying? They're selling.
It should be, right. Like, is Tim Anderson going to finish his career there? I don't think he wants to. What if? Maybe Luis Robert gets dealt. Like that would be. I could see. I don't know why I thought this, but I feel like Luis Robert would go to He could go to the Astros, man. What do you think about it? Like, it just
if I can get a Luis Robert that can consistently kill me this season, yeah, I'll take him. I would love him. I will. It's reported that we are definitely interested, but it's reported also that we are also interested in Cody Bellinger, Stroman, and Dylan Cease. We've been linked to them as well throughout the trade deadline, and I think we need an extra back. I think you're on point with that. I think that's not far-fetched. So it's been reported out there. So we got the last but not least. We got the Kansas City Royals. We got buying or selling or stay the same.
I don't even know what they might have some guys they can sell. I can't even. Do they still have Chat? I don't know if Chapman's still on that.
I think he still is. Yes, he's still on the team. Yep.
Maybe they sell whatever they can. If I'm them, I'm selling everybody that I possibly can because I mean that team's bad, man. That's the worst. They're worse than the A's in my book because that division's so bad.
All right, so our last division. Before we go, one more topic, we break down these divisions right here. So we got the Rangers. They are down probably one more pitcher, which is Jacob DeGrom. Do they buy for another pitcher, or do they stay the same, or do they sell? Do they sell somebody?
I think you might see the Rangers go out and buy somebody because they're kind of like Win right now. They've been spending money like a lot to get all these people. I wouldn't be surprised if they're aggressive, honestly.
All right, my Houston Astros. Do they buy or sell or do both?
I think they might. I think they're gonna buy for sure.
Okay.
I don't know if they. I mean, who do you think they could sell? Like, who do you is like? They're not going to get rid of Kyle Tucker. McCormick obviously gets rumored to be let go.
Yeah, he's rumored to be let go. Jake Myers, hell, let's sell Jake Myers. Let's put Jake Myers on a Walmart sale. Let's put him up for sale. He's up for sale. He's up for sale for $25.99. He's up for sale right now. So anybody that want him, they can have him. But I definitely agree with you. We can do both. I think we're gonna actually do both. We're gonna sell someone and we're gonna buy some. We're gonna buy some people.
What about Jose Abreu? Has he been good for you guys? I haven't been paying attention, but
he's been trash. He's been on and off. I'm gonna just say he's on and off, but
you could sell him off on it.
Hey, if we can get somebody better, hell yeah, I'll sell him off. Hell yeah, I'll sell him off. I would love that. If we get somebody better, yeah. Now this is tricky right here. This is kind of tricky right here. We just talked about this team. The 48 and 48 Angels. Do they buy or do they sell?
They gotta sell, man. But
yeah, there you go.
I don't know if they will, but they really need to. So, I don't know, man. It's like why would you not trade Othanti? Like, even if you trade him, you could try and re-sign him in the offseason. Like, unless you feel like if him going to a different team, he's like, oh man, it's actually how winning culture is. Like, maybe you trade him to a team that's good, and Otani's like, oh man, this is a lot better than being in the Angels. Like, that's the only thing I could see. But like, you can't take that risk and then have him walk. So, if I'm the Angels, I'm selling. I'm selling like hockey. Everybody almost damn near.
Yep, got you. So we got the 47 and 47 Mariners. It's safe to say they're kind of disappointing, especially what they have done last year. Now, since you have made the playoffs, you expected to take another leap up, which is they have not did. 47 is 47 Mariners. They are buying or they're selling. They're selling. Which one would they do? You think they do?
I think they should. Oh man, I don't think they're making the playoffs. So they should sell. Honestly, they should sell a little bit. It's crazy. I don't know what happened to them. I don't understand why they're just not the same team as last year at all.
All right. So last but not least, we got the pathetic Oakland A's.
Yeah, I don't even think they got anybody to sell, and then they're not going to go out and buy because they never buy. So man, I feel bad. That's another, like, the Pirates and the A's, man. I don't know what it's like rooting for those teams. Like, the owners don't even give them a chance to win. That sucks. Got
you. So the last topic before we break down the division, the landscapes of these divisions. Who you think? Who you got in your mind rookie of the year so far? What rookies are standing out so far to you?
I mean, you got to go Carroll in the NL.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Corbin Carroll, right?
Corbin Carroll. Yeah, you're right.
Right. He's just having so good of a year on a good team. So that's my pick. I mean, it's tough, man. Like, the way I'm looking at the AL right now. I'm trying to think of some. I mean, my guy Gunnar Henderson technically is a rookie. Josh Jung. I did.
For the Texas Rangers. Yep.
Yeah, he's a stud already.
Yep.
I don't think Volpe's done enough, man. He's hitting like 210, something like that. I don't really get it, man. I'm like, he can hit for power. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he could.
But he strikes out a ton, and he plays a pretty good shortstop for how young he is. I'll give him that. He's got some range. But I mean, Josh Jung is good though. I've watched a little bit of him. He looks real good. Gunnar Henderson for the Orioles. He started out here really bad, but he won the AL Offensive Player of the Month in June. So as long as he stays consistent, he's got some pop. You can make a case for him, but I guess Josh Jung probably leading the charge right now. But yeah, those are a couple of picks.
Yeah, that's a good option right there. Yoshida is a solid option. I like that option. He's been really good for the Boston Red Sox. So, all right, before we get up out of here, we gonna run through these divisions. All right, quick. So we already know we got we starting with the NL with the NL side. We're gonna start with the NL side of things. So we're gonna just start in the NL East, and we're gonna start with the team that's in second place, that's below the Rays and below the Braves, Atlanta Braves. We're gonna start with them. We know nobody not catching the Braves for the division, but these two teams are competing. All these teams, well, two teams in your division competing for a wild card at this point. So we got the Phillies. The Phillies at 52 and 42. 52 and 42. We got 53 and 44 goes to the Miami Marlins. And we got the Mets. The Mets are 44 and 50, and you got the Washington Nationals, the bottom of the basement in that division at 38 and 57. Do you see any changes going on in this last week between the Marlins and your Phillies?
Nah, I don't. Phillies are playing real good, man. Like in all seriousness, and then the Marlins are sliding a little bit, 3-7. I just don't think the Phillies are going to slow down too much. For right now at least.
Got you. So we got the NL Central. It's between two teams at this point. At this point in time, it's just basically safe to say that at this point. So we got the Brewers coming in at 52 and 43. They right there right now struggling in the series versus your Phillies. And we got the Cincinnati Reds are 50 and 46. Like you said, they starting to slow down a little bit. They're starting to run out of gas. That gas tank is getting on E a little bit. We got Chicago, who are 44 and 50. You got the St. Louis Cardinals, who can't pitch a lick as of right now. 44. They are 42 and 53, and you got 42 and 54. Right now for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but the focus on the next two teams. The first two teams. Do you see any changes in the next week, going into next Wednesday to our next podcast?
Nah, I don't, man. I don't. I think Brewers are gonna get the lead a little bit bigger. Reds are 2.5 back. I think the Reds will be like 3.5, 4 games back. Man, I didn't realize the Pirates are now dead last. That's some shit, man. Like,
yeah.
The Cardinals have had one of the worst seasons like in recent time. They're still playing better than the Pirates, man. Damn,
that's crazy. That's really crazy. So we got the NL West, the Dodgers, who are 55 and 39 coming in out of the All-Star break on 2-0 right now, and see if they be 2-1 if it holds up versus the Orioles at this point. You got the San Francisco Giants of 54 and 41. And right now you got the Diamondbacks who are 53 and 42. You got the Padres of 45 and 50, and you got the Colorado Rockies in the basement at 37 and 58. But this focuses on the first three teams in that division. By the week and a half, our next show, do you see it changing or you see it staying the same?
I think it'll stay the same. I think maybe the Diamondbacks get over the Giants, depending on I don't know who they play next, but I know the Giants are 8-2, and then you look at the Diamondbacks 3-7. But I still think that the Diamondbacks are a good team. It's just they're going through a rough spot right now.
Gotcha. Now, so we go to the AL side of things. So we got the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay Rays, who's right now leading the division at 60 and 38. You got your Baltimore Orioles at 57 and 37. You got the Blue Jays, who are 53 and 42. You got your Boston Red Sox, who are 51 and 45. The hottest team probably in that division right now. And you got the Yankees. They got a winning record, but sorry, they're at the bottom of the basement in that division at 50-46. They are on the verge of getting swept by the Los Angeles Angels at this point right now. Do you see any changes by next Wednesday?
Appreciate that, Anthony, shouting us out. We've been on almost an hour, talking. Got to talk some baseball, man.
Yep.
Every day, every minute, every. No, I'm just joking.
Yep.
But, yeah, man. I mean, I think I wouldn't be surprised. Orioles got to play the Rays coming up. I think it's the next series, and then they might play the Phillies. So that's always tough for me to root for because I got a soft. I mean, always been Philly my whole life, but I have a really soft spot for the Orioles. So maybe I'll still pull Philly. But yeah, regardless of that, I think really the Orioles do catch the Rays because I think they're going to take 2 out of 3 from the Rays coming up, and I think you'll see them in first place. I think Boston's going to catch the Blue Jays here at some point too.
Okay.
You could see a lot of movement in this division. It's just, man, it's sketchy, man. Like you could never win too many games in this division. Like it don't matter what year. I mean, the Yankees could make some moves at the deadline and be right. Like you have no idea, man. It's just.
Gotcha.
He said they'll be further in the. I know. I never say never. Like I never say never with the Red Sox or I mean Blue Jays. I kind of write off sometimes, but
yeah, I feel you on that one.
Red Sox, Yankees, man, I never write them off. Them bastards are always in there.
So we got our favorite division. We come to our favorite division, and this is our division, man. Y'all have no idea. This is our division, man. I swear this is our division. So we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. Got a great record, man. They record us 49-47 at this moment. And we got the Cleveland Guardians, who has a 47-49 record at this point right now. That is a 2-game. Don't y'all know? This is a 2-game difference between those two teams right there. But the only thing about it, the Minnesota Twins are the opposite of it. They got the opposite record of it. They got the positive side of it. You got the Detroit Tigers, who are 42-52, and you got the Chicago White Sox, who are 40-56, and you got the Kansas City Royals, who are at the bottom of the basement, as we all know, at 28, at 28-60. I know the Yankees would love to be in that division, Kyle. They would love to be in that division at that moment right there. They'll love to be in this division. So any changes, we're going to just focus on the top 2 teams right at this moment. It's safe to say. Any changes going into next week?
Yeah, shout out to Anthony again, man. Guy chipping in with the comment. We could always run more baseball shows and get together with Coach Dante and everything. So, to get back to that, man, like I still keep saying that the Guardians are going to win this division. I've been saying it for months, but, I mean, they got to play a little bit better than this. I mean, 2 games under 500 and you're 2 games out of first place. Yeah. It's pathetic division, man. And look at the White Sox are horrible, man. Like, damn, like they're 19-31 away. But yeah, I think at this time Twins will still be winning that division. It's like we make fun of it all the time, but man, the Royals don't even have 30 wins. Well, yeah, the A's actually got a worse. I didn't think that, but to not have 30 wins and you're in July, like it's bad out here.
Yep. So we got the last division, the AL West. We got the Rangers. I think it's safe to say we focus on the top 2 teams in the division, which is the Texas Rangers and my Astros. Texas Rangers, 57-39. The Astros, the beat up Astros, injury beat up Astros, who are 52-43. You got the Angels are 48-48. You got the Seattle Mariners at 47-47, and you got the Oakland Athletics, who at the bottom of the basement at 26-71. Man, how you that off? I don't know how you that off that bad right there. Seemed like you don't need to be in the major league. You see, that seemed like a college team. I think LSU could have beat the Oakland A's, but other than that, any changes coming into next week?
Yeah, man, look at that, 31 games out of first place. I mean, if you win every game and they lost every game, it would still take 4 weeks to catch up. No, more than that. So, yeah, man, like, I still think Rangers are going to be above your Astros there, but like I said, I don't sleep on the Astros ever either. So you could see the gap narrow a little bit coming up. Rangers got to play the Dodgers starting on Friday, so that'll be a tough series. It's in Texas, and then they go back and play your Astros. So that's interesting, man. We'll see. We'll see. I think the gap will be closer. I still think the Rangers will be ahead, but I think the gap will be closer.
Gotcha. So, interesting question about Kyle, Aaron. Do you think they win 45 games this year?
That's almost double what that's like a half of what they got now, almost more than half of what they got right now. I'm gonna say yeah. I think somehow they'll go on some, like they had that streak where they were beating all these good teams. I think they'll win like between 45 and 50. I don't think they'll get to 50 though.
How about the Royals? You think the Royals get 45? Get to 45?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say they.
All right. By the end of the week, by next week, by the time the next podcast come up, which is next Wednesday at the same time, who will be ahead? Who will be ahead in record at this point? The Royals or the A's?
I'll give the A's the nod right there. I'll give the A's the nod.
All right, so we go the wild card, and then we gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. So we got the right now. I'm gonna stop at the Yankees. We already know the records. We got Baltimore. We got Blue Jays in second place. Third wild card spot is the Astros. Boston's 4. You got 5 the Yankees. Any changes going into next week of that top 4?
I think Toronto's about to hit a gut feeling. I think they're going to hit a skid right now. I think Astros are going to jump them, and then I think Red Sox will fit in there, and maybe by next week. I wouldn't be shocked, to be honest. I have no faith in the Blue Jays, man. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, hey, man, I can't be mad at you. That they showed you couldn't. So I can't be mad at that. So here we go.
You saw Manoah real quick. You saw Manoah. He did horrible last night, man.
They brought him back up.
Yep.
Oh, he got rocked a little bit. He got rocked last night.
Yeah, his first game he played the Tigers, he was pretty good, but last night I think he had like 2 or 3 innings, like 5 runs, 6 runs. He didn't do good last night. So you can't count on him at this point. You can't count on him.
So we got the NL side of things. So it's a bunch of teams over 500 for real. So we got the Giants. We got the Diamondbacks. We got your Phillies in third. We got the Marlins right behind you guys. We got the Cincinnati Reds. So we're gonna focus on those teams. Any changes coming into next week?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it'll stay, relatively the same, to be honest with you. And I mean, Phillies are playing really good, but I think that'll stay the same right now, to be honest.
I got you. So shout out to everybody, man, that came through the chat. This has been another edition of the Bases Loaded podcast with my guy Aaron, man. We will be back on next Wednesday, same time, 2:30 my time. We got more baseball. We got the trade deadline coming. We got the trade deadline for you guys. Get inching closer and closer. So, Aaron, tell the people they can follow you at.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Kyle and everybody, and Anthony and everybody else that was in here. But you can follow me at Brutally Honest without the T Sports on Twitter. And we're trying to run as many podcasts as I can. So whenever Coach Dante wants to come on or anybody, just shoot me a DM on Twitter.
Oh, just let me know, man. If you need me, I'm 1 DM away. Just let me know, man. I'll come on. You can set me up a time in the day. Now I'll come on. Just let me know.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, no introduction for me. Y'all know where y'all can find me at, man. Y'all definitely know where y'all can find me at. So, as for Coach Dante, as my guy Aaron right here, my co-host, we'll see you guys back next Wednesday for another episode of the Bases Loaded podcast. Shout out to everybody, and we will see you guys later on, guys. Peace out, you guys.